I've been in the commercial real estate industry for almost 25 years. It's so hard to imagine it's been that long. But if I go way back, when I was in college, I went to MIT undergrad. I didn't think I was going to be in this industry. That wasn't originally my plan. I thought I was going to be an engineer and go into technology. And I actually did that right out of college for a few years. But then I had the sense that there was something more calling me. I was interested in urban renewal. I was interested in communities. I was interested in how people came together and why they came together. I would look around my city and I would notice buildings and I would think about how they came to be there and what brought them there and what were the forces that made the city that I was born in, Atlanta, as beautiful as it was. And that took me back to business school, and I went and got my MBA at Harvard Business School, and I came out and I've been doing commercial real estate since. And anyone who's worked in this industry will, over a period of decades, will get a chance to see different cycles, different roles, different seats. And I've been really, really fortunate to really be able to see the industry from a number of different vantage points. I actually began my career at a company called Trammell Crow Company, which is one of the most prolific development companies in the world. I learned development, asset management, leasing, brokerage, corporate services, which is the work you do for occupiers. And I had some great mentors and advisors who helped me really get into the industry. It was great. And after a few years of working at Trammell Crow, I was even more fortunate to work on a project that many of you will recognize. It is one of the key parts of our landscape called Atlantic Station. I was a part of the team that was conceptualizing and designing and building and ultimately manifesting Atlantic Station. But then my career took a slight pivot. I went from designing, building, advising, and working with both investors and occupiers of real estate to being a corporate leader. I began to run national and global businesses. I ran a national business for a company called Cassidy Turley, which is now Cushman & Wakefield, and was part of the team that built and ultimately sold that company. And then I went on to run the U.S. region for Colliers International. At the time, I was responsible for about $1 billion in annual revenue and about 6,000 employees all around the U.S., 150 offices doing capital markets, brokerage, property management, project management, and the like. And ultimately, we were fortunate enough to take that company public. And then I had one last global division CEO role where I ran global corporate services for Newmark. And it was around this time that something very interesting was happening in our industry. Technology was starting to take notice of an industry that largely had not changed very much, and not only decades, but hundreds of years. And I was noticing that, and the industry was also taking note of the fact that there was just a lot of opportunity. And I was at a point in my career where I thought this could be an interesting pivot. And so I went and worked for WeWork, a company that was doing some really innovative stuff around how to match supply and demand in the co-working space. And I went and I ran their global design, construction, development business, doing massive interior projects in Tokyo and China and throughout the US, and had a chance to be a part of building what was a pretty iconic company. Since WeWork chapter of my career, I've been an advisor, I've been an investor, and now serve on corporate boards for real estate technology companies, all ranging from startups to billion-dollar companies. They're all that are transforming the way we think about real estate, the built environment, how we buy and sell, how we service real estate,